Good morning to you on this last Monday in September. It's great to be here to start off another week as we launch into the area's only live local talk and entertainment show, Virginia This Morning. I'm Andrea Swipe-Murdahl, and I am delighted to be here with the one and only Amy Lacey.
Oh, thank you. And we are the A-team when we are together here on Mondays. A&A. I certainly had a great weekend, and I hope that you had a great weekend too.
Yes, it feels like the fall weekends are busier than the summer
Yes, they
weekends.
are.
In one way or another, there's so many family events and celebrations to get to. So it's taken me by surprise, I will admit.
It's fun though, because I had an opportunity to go to Connecticut over the weekend, and it already looks, oh, there we are on the screen. I went to the UConn game. They won 47-3.
Oh, wow.
And it was a really great game, and it looks like fall up there, which is just lovely. So it was a great time, and I had a great time exploring Hartford and learning a little bit more about the state. So it was a lot of fun.
Look at that architecture.
It was
so
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
That is the capital.
Yes.
So I'd never been to it before, and I said, if I'm going to be in Connecticut in the state capital, I need to see the state capital.
That's right.
So from one state capital to another.
There you go. Well, thank you for the pictures.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
love sharing.
Awesome. Well, now is the time for us to share a few highlights on what's coming up today on our live show. It's another start of the work week and time to get energized. Our great friend, award-winning author and writing coach, Stacey Hawkins Adams, is here, and today she's talking about believing in the power of you. Everything you need is within you. She will lead our conversation as we continue with our Motivational Monday series.
I love that. And sometimes you just want a yummy treat. How about a bowl of decadent chocolate pudding? It may be just the thing to satisfy your sweet tooth. We'll share an easy to make virtual recipe that uses the pudding, and you can use it as a pie filling too. That is still to come in our live show. Yum, look at that.
I thought it was chocolate mousse for a second, which is my favorite. But anywho, Swift Creek Mill Theater is excited about their first ever fundraiser they call Share in the Limelight Gala. It's sure to be fun-filled and filled with good food and entertainment. Kathy Martin and Steve Kohler from the theater will fill us in later on today's live show.
And of course, we can't ignore the serious headlines there too. We're thinking about the folks in Florida, parts of Georgia, the Carolinas who've been affected by Hurricane Helene. Definitely, we're also seeing some rain in our area too. Tom, is there any extended rain in our forecast today?
Yeah, believe it or not, let's throw Western Virginia and parts of Tennessee and all that mix as well.
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, we're still seeing a little bit of the remnant of Helene. Remember, Helene was just going to kind of meander near the Ohio-Tennessee Valley, become a cutoff low, as we call it, which means there's nothing really to push it out. So it's just kind of drifting. And we're still seeing low pressure from that. Brought us some heavy rain in some areas overnight last night, some real heavy rain. I got some reports from a buddy of mine, had some downed trees even on his property. I think they were old, very old trees, if not dead, but they were down nonetheless. All right, well, right now we've got some clouds around, maybe some sprinkles or some light showers remaining in some areas. The sun looked like it wanted to poke through for a second last half hour. That went away, but you never know. So we've got a dew point of 70, so still a very warm, kind of muggy tropical air mass. Winds out of the east at 8. 60s and low 70s now all around the Commonwealth this morning. And as far as our forecast goes, we're expecting about 77, and we'll see some rain showers redevelop again, likely this afternoon and evening, maybe even a rumble of thunder as this low kind of starts to work its way in and out. And it's going to keep us unsettled yet today, tonight, likely even into tomorrow. I think we'll start to see better improvement into Wednesday. Tonight, some storms, could be some heavy showers possible, and there's a flood watch to the west. And when I say to the west, immediate west, I mean like Powhatan and westward. Here are the showers from this morning. They were heavier overnight, now lighter, pushing northward, but as I said, still a little drizzle possible about any time until we can get this thing out of here completely. There's where that flood watch is to the west. We still have some coastal advisories in place, of course, and then a flood warning out toward parts of Albemarle, Nelson County. It's a river flood warning out there, but this flood watch to our west is from our noon hour through about 8 p.m., so we'll see how that works out here. And as we go into the afternoon, some redeveloping showers will be around. Some of those could be really heavy, and maybe even a rumble of thunder into the evening and even overnight tonight. Here you go, right into tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow we'll have some showery periods as well, still remaining unsettled. Wednesday, I think things will start to improve a little bit better for us. just a chance for maybe an early shower or something on Wednesday, but I think then we'll start to see more sun breaking out, drier air. I think our dew point will finally start to fall by Wednesday afternoon into Thursday for some drier air. Hurricane Center saying, hey, there's a chance for more development here in the Gulf, keeping an eye on this area. And there you go. And there actually could be a couple more over the next couple of weeks. Hurricane season had a slow start, but now things have really picked up over the last few weeks. And thankfully now things, as far as the averages, October tends to be a little bit lower in hurricane number, but still, it's still somewhat peak season, at least through a good part of October. Officially, we don't really end it until the end of November. So unsettled today and tomorrow. Wednesday, I think we'll start to see some improvement, and then hopefully staying dry after that right through the upcoming weekend. So hang in there. Virginia This Morning will continue right after this.
And welcome to the area's only live local talk and entertainment show, Virginia This Morning. It is Monday, September 30th, and we're certainly glad that you're joining us today. I'm Amy Lacey with Andreas White-Murda, and we are having a fabulous Monday.
Yes, we are. It's always a great time when we get to be together, and we're coming up on the last day of September.
It's hard to believe that it has gone by in a flash.
Just that fast. But we've had such a great month. We've learned a lot. We've gotten to celebrate so many in the community, and we're going to continue that today.
It's a lot of infotainment, as I like to call it.
Infotainment, indeed. And if today is your first time watching the show, welcome. We hope you enjoy it as much as we do. And just before the break, we shared a few highlights of some of what's coming up on today's show. And here is a quick recap.
Sharing the Limelight Gala is the first ever fundraising event presented by Swift Creek Mill Theater. They are planning a night full of fun, and you are invited to it. Kathy Martin and Steve Kohler are here in studio. We'll connect with them in our second half hour.
And we'll show you how you can turn chocolate pudding and put it into a pie for an even more decadent dessert.
But as we like to say, and there's more, but you have to stay tuned.
Sometimes things need a hard reset, whether it be your phone, a clock, or a computer. And you can add your mind to that list as well. Your attitude is a little thing that can make a big difference.
Today, award-winning author and writing coach Stacey Hawkins Adams is here to talk about believing in the power of you, and you have everything you need to make that happen. This is the latest topic in our Motivational Monday series. Hi, Stacey. Thanks for being here today.
Good morning.
I absolutely love that. We have everything we need. We're in control.
We are. If you think about the world we live in, everything's coming at us fast and furious. Lose weight, do this, do that, parent this way, live your life this way. You should be here versus here. So the world can disempower us with all of the messages that they throw at us about what we should be doing, what we could be doing. But this Motivational Monday is about thinking about just kind of pausing, meditating and sitting with yourself, remembering who you are and what your personal why is. Why do you do the things you do? Why do you have the dreams you have? Why do you have the hopes and the goals that you have? And if you can think about who you are and what's your why, that should lead you to lean within to figure out how you make those things happen.
You know, social media has had such an impact on us. And as you mentioned, those messages are coming at us fast and furious. And the more you might look at a specific thing, the more you're inundated with that, especially if that's a I should be doing sort of concept. And so we need to take a step back. What tips do you have for taking that step back, calming the mind, and preparing for what you truly need to focus on?
Well, like you said, the speaking to yourself, the motivations to yourself really do matter. There's science that shows that your neural pathways can be changed by the things that you say to yourself. So a lot of times we may make a mistake, or we may do something embarrassing, and we're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that, or I'm so silly, or I'm so dumb, or those things that we say. You change that and say, ha, look at that. That's an opportunity to learn, or look how I'm growing, or that wasn't great, but now I've got this lesson. So we can change, if we change the way we think and speak to ourselves, we literally can change the things we do. So the first thing is to change your thinking, and then write a list. What are your goals? And we've talked about this before, like whatever that goal is, then you kind of think about what are the steps that I need to take to get there. So you're almost working your way backwards. If my goal is to run a marathon, I'm not going to be able to run that 26 miles the first time I go out, but maybe I'm running 1 block, and then the next week it's 2 blocks. So you build those steps there, coupled with those positive motivations to yourself, and then you surround yourself with people who cheer you on and help you say you can do it.
And you know, I love it too, because when we got into this segment, when we were entering into it, we talked about how everything needs a reset sometimes. And when you call your IT department, when you're having trouble with your computer, for instance, they always say, have you unplugged it? Did you restart it? You do that with your phone. You do that with so many parts of life. To get into that mindset where we can just kind of start with a clean slate and build, sometimes that's what you need to do for yourself. You just need to pause.
You absolutely should.
And take care of yourself that way.
Yes, I actually just returned over the weekend from a 2-week social media sabbatical, I called it.
Yeah.
Because I typically post on social media 3 to 4 times a week, but I took 2 weeks away from social media. I pulled out all the shoes and things in my closet, so while I wasn't focused externally, you know, I do enjoy interacting with folks there. I was able to read more. I had a quieter start to the morning. I was decluttering my closet, so that's a reset, because as you're kind of like thinking about going through the things that you think you love but you haven't worn in 5 years, I can give that to someone else who loves it. So it's a matter of decluttering your mind, maybe decluttering your space, taking a step back from those things that bombard you so you truly can listen to yourself and listen to your heart and those things that really are meant to guide you. Sometimes it's just remembering, what are my values and what am I called to do? Because sometimes you're in a space where maybe people are thinking or doing things differently, but you have to remember who you are and trust what your inner voice is saying to you.
Yeah, as I continue to grow up, I have started to understand why writers go off to find solitude, to actually write and to center themselves. And sometimes we need even just an hour of that to get away from the family, get away from the kids, get away from the issues of life, and just sit with ourselves. And we've got to find that space to do it.
Absolutely. When my kids were young and I was working in downtown Richmond, I used to live in southern Chesterfield. And so on that drive home from downtown Richmond to southern Chesterfield, I would turn the radio off. I would drive in silence. So that would be like my half hour of me time, not even necessarily actively thinking, but just that quiet time to center myself before I then entered the house to be with my family. Sometimes when you have super young kids, it's that shower time. So it really is deciding, you know what, I'm worth this self-care, because the richer I am within myself, the more I can share with others.
And I have to say too, you know, those phones are a way, they are a blessing and a curse sometimes because you can always be reached. But I found so much solace this weekend when I was in Connecticut in very rural parts. And I wasn't getting emails. I wasn't getting text messages until I went back into the city. So it's just finding those little moments that you can celebrate and really just pause.
Yeah.
Just pause. And build them into your calendar, even if it's for half an hour or 15 minutes. Sometimes it's just an evening walk around my neighborhood before I reset to go into my writing cave to work on my book. But just finding those times, and again, just listening to your heart and trusting what your heart or what your spirit tells you is the right path for you to take.
Yeah. And also acknowledging progress, like you were saying. You don't have to run that marathon today, but I'm a little bit farther than I was earlier this year, and that's something to celebrate in the midst of your reset.
Absolutely, and that's part of that neuroscience. Celebrate yourself, and then more good things will come your way.
You put the good energy out, the good energy comes back to you.
And this is the perfect time to do it. We're heading into October.
That's right. Just a few more weeks before the end of the year. A great time to reset. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
It is always good to have a fresh outlook. We're looking forward to seeing you next time. And in the meantime, Stacy offers weekly Motivational Monday emails. And if you're interested in subscribing, just visit her website, stacyhawkinsadams.com.
And stay with us. We'll be right back with more Virginia This Morning.
Welcome back to our live Monday morning show. WTVR-CBS 6 is part of the EW Scripps Company, and we are all proud of the work we do all year long that promotes positive initiatives that help our communities. One of those campaigns that we enjoy featuring is the Scripps Howard Fund, which believes giving children books can open up creativity and their imaginations. The If You Give a Child a Book campaign is still underway, and if you'd like to make a donation, just scan the QR code on your screen right now, and we thank you in advance for your support of this important initiative. All right, Amy, over to you.
Thanks, Andreas. Of course, reading and writing are fundamental. I look forward to speaking at the 22nd Annual James River Writers Conference taking place October 4th through October 6th this coming weekend. Today is the last day to register. For more information, you can visit jamesriverwriters.org. And before we head to break, here's a special event that we want to tell you about.
This segment is sponsored by Bon Secours Violence Response Team 2024 Celebration.
The Bon Secours Richmond Foundation is getting ready for their Violence Response Team celebration to raise funds for the organization. Teresa Mueller, the event co-chair, and Bonnie Price, the Administrative Director of Community Health, join us to share more. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Bonnie, I have to ask, what is this celebration and where is it?
So the celebration is a fundraiser to help support the Violence Response Team. And the Violence Response Team is made up of forensic nurses, advocates, community health workers, and we help people who've been victims of crime and impacted by crime from all over the area.
I understand, Teresa, that the theme, and I'm going to read this because I want to get it right, the theme is An Enchanted Evening Illuminating the Darkness. What will the event look like for attendees?
So, of course, October is Domestic Violence Month, so the color is purple. So there will be a lot of purple and turquoise, because that's rape, correct? And we will have a lot of greenery and lights, and it's just going to be an enchanted evening. It's going to look beautiful.
The Violence Response Team will benefit from this fundraiser. Tell us more about the work that the team does.
Yeah, so our team's been around for 31 years, and we, as I mentioned, we take care of patients who've been impacted by violence, and that includes sexual assault, domestic violence, human trafficking, elder abuse. Anytime there's an individual, like I say, who's been impacted by violence, our team can help support them. And we take care of them in the hospital with their needs, as well as supporting them when they leave the hospital and any needs that they might have in the community, connecting with our community partners. Our team, sadly, we see about 3,400 patients a year. So these funds go to help do that work.
How will the proceeds be used? What type of work?
We have two spaces, two suites where we do our exams. One's at St. Mary's, and our newest one's at Southside Medical Center in Petersburg. So these funds go to help these spaces. It helps with clothing and food and anything that our patients might need while they're there with us.
So many needs come out of a situation like this. Teresa, how can people support this cause by purchasing tickets? Where can they buy those tickets?
Well, they can actually go online to bsvaf.ejoinme.org, hashtag or / VRT 2024. And you can give a donation, buy a ticket. We'd love to have you attend. You can learn more about the Violence Response Team at the event.
How much are tickets this year, and what does the night include?
The tickets are $150, and we're going to have a cocktail hour, a nice sit-down dinner, a silent auction, a live auction. It's just going to be an enchanted evening. It's going to be wonderful.
This is invaluable work that you do. Thank you for bringing this awareness to Virginia this morning and for all the work that you're doing in the community. We want this to be a very successful night for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Bon Secours Violence Response Team 2024 celebration is happening October 19th from 6 to 11 p.m. at the Science Museum of Virginia. For ticket information and more, give the Bon Secours team a call at 804-287-7700 or visit the website listed there on your screen. And stay with us. Virginia This Morning returns after the break. Welcome back to Virginia This Morning. Calling all chocolate lovers out there, here's a fun fact for you. According to Wikipedia, chocolate pudding is a variation of chocolate custard with starch used as a thickening agent rather than eggs. Earlier versions of this dessert using both eggs and flour can be found in the 1903 edition of Mary Harris Frazier's Kentucky Receipt Book and the 1918 edition of Fannie Farmer's Boston Cooking School Cookbook. You can eat the pudding by itself or turn it into a pie. I like both. Here's a quick and virtual recipe that you can try at home. Take a look.
Love the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
This segment is sponsored by the Crater Regional Job Fair at Richard Bland College.
Richard Bland College of William and Mary is gearing up for their upcoming Crater Regional Career Fair. Joining us this morning with all the details are Tabitha Taylor and Terrell Robinson. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to be with you all. Tabitha, we're going to start with you. You are from Virginia Career Works, and you specialize in these types of career fairs.
Yes, absolutely. We're thrilled to be working with Richard Bland, which is right in the region that we serve, to have employers from the Crater region come out to hire individuals that live in the Crater region who are looking for new career opportunities.
Yes, and as an institution in the Crater region, you are excited for the first time to welcome this type of fair to your campus.
Yes, I mean, the excitement is everywhere. Our students, staff, and faculty are really excited to bring this job fair to Richard Bland College this fall.
Fantastic. Now, we talked a little bit about the types of job seekers that you expect to see. Who should be coming out to this fair?
So I want everyone to know this is open to everyone. So we are encouraging our current student body to come out and get exposed to new jobs. We also have invited some local high schools to come and be exposed, but we'll expect recent graduates and also just professionals looking to have a career switch or just advance in their career.
The people are going to come and the employers are going to meet them there. What type of employers are you planning to have during the fair?
So we're going to have 70 employers on site for this event, and they're kind of from all industries, and that was really the goal. So we have some retail employers, manufacturing, all different kinds of things. Some of those employers who are coming are like Civica, pharmacy, and Walmart distribution. We have Coca-Cola coming. Sheetz is coming as well. So we have a number of employers and lots of involvement from our county and city HR departments. So if folks are looking for kind of a government-based career, opportunities to actually live and work in their community, there'll be lots of opportunities for that as well.
And this is going to be such a catalyst for the community to have so many jobs that are filled by people with passionate experience and those who are really interested in perhaps changing careers or the newest opportunity within the careers that they love.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one of the big things that's recently happened in our region is the closure of the Boar's Head facility in Jarrett, which is in Greensville County. And those folks have been specifically marketed to. So we're hoping that those folks who've lost their jobs through that will come out and take advantage of having the opportunity to see a ton of employers in one space to get reemployed.
Yes, now there are going to certainly be job opportunities on site, but there's much more in a brand new building.
Yes. So just about a week ago, we had on our Rector's Day, we cut the ribbon on the Academic Innovation Center. So this is a new space, an expansion of our library, so 20,000 square feet. We've got flexible classroom learning space inside there. We've got a one-button studio with a green room for podcasting. Through our Vice President's office, we have a mindfulness room, so we will be tapping into virtual reality. And then we also have a new edition of our esports. So we have an esports competitive arena right in the Academic Innovation Center space where students are filling up and are ready to compete. So we see this as a state-of-the-art brand new building, and we're just really excited that we can have the job fair hosted at this site.
Fantastic. I can't wait to get over there and to see all the things that you're talking about. Now, for those who are preparing to attend, what should they expect to benefit from?
So there's going to be lots of opportunity not just to talk with employers, but there will be on-site interviews. One of the things that we've been really specific about when recruiting employers to have booths at this site is that they must have current open positions. We feel it's really important for folks to come out and be able to have access to immediate employment opportunities. There also is going to be the opportunity for folks to get maybe a dry run through of an interview before they set up with an employer, and to even get help with resumes, whether that's, tweaking one that they already have or just getting some copies made while they're on site to hand out to the employers who are there.
This is fantastic. Really a one-stop shop to get you started in the process, get the jitters out, and to make sure that you're getting connected with the right employers at such a wonderful academic institution. Thank you so much for what you're doing for that Crater Regional community.
Yes, thank you. We're thrilled.
Thank you.
The Crater Regional Job Fair at Richard Bland College is taking place at the Academic Innovation Center located at 11301 Johnson Road South in Prince George on October 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For more information, give them a call at 804-862-6155 or visit the website that appears on your screen right now.
This segment is sponsored by Mr. Fix-It.
Most people don't realize how important gutter protection is to their home. Here to tell us all about the benefits of Gutter Helmet is our friend Mark Benstock, owner of Mr. Fix-It. Good to see you again. Yeah. Welcome back. We have talked about this in the past, but I want to kind of drive home the fact that safety for you and your home, but mostly for you, is step one in Gutter Helmet.
Yeah, we've lost count of how many customers have shared with us all those tragic stories about somebody falling and around the house, getting up on that ladder and, getting injured badly. Gutter helmets, gutters are a necessary evil for a house. You have to have the gutters. You've got to be able to get during those heavy rains, even the light rains, get that water controlled and away from the home to help protect the home, protect the landscaping, all that stuff, keep the critters away. Yep. But the necessary step is to have gutter guards on the home that work 24/7, 365. And the cheap Gazmos and filters and things like that that are out there, they're not that long-term successful product Gutter Helmet is. Gutter Helmet has a lifetime performance warranty. I've had it on my house for crazy years, whether it's a heavy snow that can sit on top or whether it's in the fall, all the leaves falling, or in the springtime, those thunderstorms. Gutter Helmet's going to be there. And again, when we say triple lifetime warranty, it's because it's a material warranty, it's a performance warranty, and it's transferable. So if you go to sell your house, you transfer it to somebody else. So makes it good.
We've talked in the past of, it's not something you see from the street when the house is for sale.
Right.
But if you tell people that are interested in your house that Gutter Helmet is up there, and if they know, or if you have to tell them the story, then that makes a huge difference, because then you're not up on the ladder again or paying someone to get on the ladder.
Exactly right. So you don't have to worry about being stressed out of, uh-oh, the gutters are clogged again. Do it. If you like to golf, you never have to worry about cleaning your gutters again, but just get out there and have fun on the weekends.
All right, you have a special offer for us right now, because it is special. So tell us about that.
Right now, no payments, no interest for 12 months, or even some folks say, hey, I just want a tiny monthly payment, so $75 a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gutter Helmet has been around for a long time. I know you've been doing it, you said, in your house for years and years. And the people that have it installed are so happy with it. We just had a situation at our house where the gutters were fine, everything's working good, but we needed to get that little attachment that goes on to, again, get the water further away from the house, because we have a basement. Right. So getting that water away from the house is essential. It obviously, if you got clogged gutters, it's going to cause problems up in the air and on the ground.
Well, you're right, and that's what we bring to the table. We're celebrating our 54th year in business, so we are experts at this, and we're going to come out free of charge to do an evaluation, and we'll make recommendations. We might say, hey, that downspout right there, it needs to be a little bit larger sized, or hey, there's one that we need to add another one, and this one we need to make a little extension like you're talking about, and get it a little further, because we're taking a look about the lay of the land and how the water flows when it rains heavy. Is it flowing towards the house, away from the house? So we'll make those recommendations and give free advice on how to protect your home.
It makes a huge difference, and Gutter Helmet works. I don't think we said that. It works, folks.
That's right.
Thank you so much for coming in and filling us in on this.
Here's a special offer just for you. Mr. Fix-It is offering no interest and no payments for 12 months. Plus, enjoy $300 off your Gutter Helmet project. The Mr. Fix-It showroom is located at 10,189 Maple Leaf Court in Ashland, Virginia. Please give them a call at 804-726-8006 or visit MrFixItVA.com. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to our live Monday morning show. Since 1965, Swift Creek Mill Theater has provided Central and Southside Virginia an opportunity to learn about professional theater in a variety of genres, including its youth theater and educational programs. The team is excited about sharing in the Limelight Gala, their inaugural fundraiser that's coming up in just a few weeks.
Here to tell us all about it is Kathy Martin, the chair of the Swift Creek Mill Board and Gala chair, along with Stephen Kohler, Managing Director at Swift Creek Mill Theater. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having us.
I have the fondest nostalgic memories of being there as a child, seeing incredible productions that eventually propelled me into some school theater back in the day. And you have been doing this incredible work for years and years, and we are celebrating once again.
Almost 60 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
60 years. And next 1965.
Next December. Yep.
Fantastic.
Years,
Well, and you've been a nonprofit since 2001, but this is the first time that you're holding a fundraiser. What is coming up, and why did you decide that now's the time?
Well, I joined the board in 2020, and after COVID, it was really difficult to get fundraising. It was difficult to get people back to the theater. People had really chosen to do different things. So we said, hey, let's do something different, something else that we can engage our community with and bring people back to remembering that our wonderful theater is there and helping us support it in a new way.
Yes, we're looking forward to it. October 19th is the big day. And what are you most excited about as the the chair here, and then also you on the board.
There's so much we offer at Swift Creek Mill Theater that we're trying to emulate at the gala. We're the only theater that has a restaurant that we control. So our chef is providing food in addition to 7 other wonderful local food vendors, including ML Steak and Boozy Bunt Cake and the Green Kitchen and several others. I don't want to mention them all because I know I'll forget at least one if I try. And we also have entertainment from Mr. Showtime himself, Scott Wichman, who'll be performing for a good hour or so at the end of the event. Kind of a Frank Sinatra-esque performance. But we're really excited about kind of bringing what makes the mill special to this gala.
We've had Scott on the show here. Such
Of
a
course you have,
treat.
yes, he is.
Oh my goodness, that in itself is reason to come on out that evening.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah.
So, you know, when we were talking about this fundraiser during the commercial break, and you were saying that, you know, there are generations of families that are coming out that they remember going as a child, much like Andres talks about, your fond memories, then taking their children, then taking their grandchildren. That's what this theater is all about.
Yeah, we've had several families that have been with us since 1965.
Wow.
And several people that will tell us, I've been at every show since 1965. What Kathy was talking about specifically was our youth programming, our Drifty the Snowman, which we've been doing since 1989. Joy Williams has played Drifty since 1989, every script written by Paul Deese. And it's a wonderful tradition, kind of kicks off the holidays in the South Chesterfield Tri-City area. And like Kathy said, we have people that came as children that are now literally bringing their young grandchildren to see Drifty.
As much of a tradition as Santa and maybe the elf on the shelf at home.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. And you have your performances, but then there's education that takes place at the theater.
Yes, absolutely. So the education programs, we actually have a director for education. They partner together with the schools, actually put together things for the SOLs so that when we bring the children in, the children experience the theater, which I love. Steve said one time, watching children these days who have so many devices and so much happening in their world, but to see them see live theater, the magic that happens in their eyes, because that is, you know, it's just not what they do every day. It's more of a video. It's more things that they're controlling, and theater is different every time it's performed. So, and that's, for me, really my passion right now, because I can't imagine a world without live theater, and our theater industry is fragile. The community theater industry is fragile. So for me, that's really what I'm so passionate about. Of course, Steve is. He chose this as his career. But for me, it's really, I want to make sure that this theater is here 60 years from now and another 120 years from now, and many generations continue.
And when you see live theater, and I've said this in recent interviews too on the show, you just feel that energy. And it is a different experience. You cannot get that watching TV or watching a film. It's so special.
It's a communal experience. The audience sitting together and hearing the story from the stage, you don't get that anywhere else. And there's something magical about that. The relationship between the audience and the actors on stage is like nothing else you'll get anywhere in the world.
And I've certainly felt that magic firsthand. Thank you for all you do. We look so forward to the gala. It takes fundraising to keep this going and to continue impacting our youth and beyond. And so we're looking forward to the auction that's taking place, the gala, the entertainment, and seeing all of the best of Swift Creek Mill Theater during your gala on October 19th. Thank you so much for being with us.
And please keep in touch with us too. Snap a few pictures that night. Send them to us. We can conclude them on everywhere you are, because we know our viewers would love to get an update as well.
Absolutely, we will do that. Thank you.
Thank you both for coming in. Come on out and share in the limelight. It is this fun gala presented by Swift Creek Mill Theater. Mark your calendar. It's taking place Saturday, October 19th at 6 p.m. at the Cultural Center of India in Chesterfield. Tickets are still available.
And our very own CBS 6 senior reporter Wayne Koval will serve as the host for the event.
Virginia This Morning returns in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Thanks for staying with us through the break. You have the chance to make a difference and make strides against breast cancer. Lace up your sneakers and come on out on Saturday, October 19th, and it's at a new location this year. It's happening at Monroe Park. CBS 6 is proud to be a part of this annual walk. The mission is to support breast cancer survivors, warriors, caregivers, and to fund the critical research that will hopefully end breast cancer in our communities. CBS 6 anchor Reba Hollingsworth will MC the event again this year, and you can join CBS 6 Community Team Reba. Scan the QR code on your screen to join Reba and the movement. And Reba is going to make a guest appearance on Virginia This Morning this Friday to talk about it, and we're looking forward to that conversation. Now, here's Amy with a Virginia This Morning giveaway.
So much fun to give away the excitement. It is time for you to get to the phone. We're looking to make you a winner today. Caller 6 right now to 342-5745 wins 4 tickets to Hallow Scream at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. 342-5745 is the number to dial. Good luck to you. Recently, I caught up with a representative from United Healthcare. Here's that conversation.
This segment is sponsored by United Healthcare.
Millions of Americans are gearing up to evaluate their health plan options this fall during the annual open enrollment season. Over half of millennials, now the largest group in the workforce, admit they don't understand their benefit selections. And among Medicare beneficiaries, approximately 70% say they had not compared coverage options during open enrollment. Here today to offer tips on how to pick a health plan is Dr. Joyda Roy, Chief Medical Officer of United Healthcare Mid-Atlantic. Thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me here today.
Dr. Roy, it sounds like most Americans have a hard time understanding healthcare terms and benefits. What can you tell us about how they can navigate that process?
Yeah, this is often a difficult situation. You know, there's a lot of terms that are overwhelming to a lot of people, and the healthcare language can be daunting. There are definitely resources to help. You can start by visiting a website called Just Plain Clear. It really is a great website where you can find a glossary of terms to make informed decisions. You know, what's the difference between a deductible and copay or co-insurance? So it really helps with those basics. For those who are Medicare members or are a caregiver to a Medicare beneficiary, there's MedicareMadeClear.com. It can help people understand the basics as well as the more complex nature of Medicare as well.
So I have to ask, we hear this term all the time, but what exactly is open enrollment?
Yeah, so open enrollment occurs usually every year, and it's a time period where millions of Americans across the country have an opportunity to select or change their health insurance plan for the upcoming year. You know, everybody's unique, right? Everybody has unique needs. Every family is unique. So what's right for your colleague may not be right for you. So it's not a one-size-fits-all. So you have to make those decisions based upon looking at what's being offered and what fits for you and your family.
When can people purchase health insurance?
Yeah, so open enrollment periods are not the same for everyone, but there are some key dates to remember. So for over 150 million people with employer-provided coverage, people can choose their insurance for 2025 during a 2 to 3 week period of time between the months of September and December typically. For those with Medicare, the Medicare annual enrollment runs from October 15th to December 7th. Anything you select or elect for during the fall time goes into effect on January 1st typically.
What are some tips that can help people pick the right plan or even save some money on their health care?
Absolutely. Number one is plan ahead, right? I mean, it's not just simply about what your monthly premium cost is, but you also want to be aware of what your out-of-pocket costs might be. So look at what you spent in health care in the prior year. You know, the doctors you visited, the co-pays, deductibles, co-insurance you might have paid, and add those up and see which plan might be better for you. Make sure your doctors that you're seeing are in network. Medications that you're taking are also covered as well. Second point could be making sure you have mental health coverage. All the plans offer mental health coverage, but some have more virtual care options than others. And that has created a lot of flexibility and benefit for people, especially since COVID pandemic, to gain the support and guidance they need. Number 3, don't forget about the specialty benefits like dental, vision, and hearing insurance. For many Medicare beneficiaries, that's not covered in traditional Medicare, and a lot of Medicare Advantage plans do cover that. For those who are on commercial insurance plans, those are usually additional coverage options that you have to select. So think about what your needs are for your family as well as for yourself. And then finally, look into wellness programs. Reward programs for taking healthier actions like completing health surveys, exercising, avoiding nicotine products is important. Along with, there are a lot of offerings in the Medicare Advantage plans that offer like gym membership at no additional cost as well.
Dr. Roy, this is also helpful. Where can people go for more information?
So there's a great website, uhcopenenrollment.com. It has a lot of additional information, not just about UHC, but about what the open enrollment process is like, how to break down and understand health insurance as well. So it has a lot of valuable information there at that website.
Dr. Roy, thank you so much for being with us. For more information, visit uhcopenenrollment.com for tips, resources, and information on plans in your area. And stay with us. We'll be right back. What a great Monday. It has been great spending it with you. It's time to wrap up today's show, share our final thoughts. We hope that you enjoyed today as much as we did.
That's right. A special thanks to Richard Blaine College of William & Mary, Virginia Career Works, Crater Region, Swift Creek Mill Theater, United Healthcare, Busch Gardens Williamsburg, Mr. Fix-It, Bon Secours, and Stacy Hawkins Adams. And the seasoned mom, of course. And to you.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
If it wasn't the folks out there, nobody would be listening, and then the conversation wouldn't be as special as it is. So we certainly are so appreciative of you being with us today, and we look forward to spending time with you tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
We have
forward to the week.
Yeah, we have more jam-packed shows coming up. But I really love today because you know what? This show, as I told some of our guests, this is of the community for the community. So when we can celebrate our nonprofits and we can raise awareness about different events that are happening, what an amazing day.
Oh yes, and it reminds me that the fall is a great time for galas and being able to support those in the community that you love and want to see continue and have a great time doing it. I love a gala experience, so I can't wait to see.
Yeah, the fall is not just about pumpkin spice anymore.
That's right. That's right.
Well, the show starts at 8:56 tomorrow. We certainly hope to see you then. Until then, enjoy a terrific Monday. You know, Tuesday's just around the corner.
That's right. And Tuesday officially begins the month of October. Can you believe it?
Here we go. Have a great one, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. My goodness.
Yeah, October.
I know.
Can't wait.